When I got out of school, I started out working for WMUZ in Detroit, ended up as a talk show host there many years ago. Left that to go into the ministry. Now, one thing about the ministry, if you're a real man of God, you don't enter the ministry for the money. And it wasn't there. But we didn't think about that because we were here to serve God and to serve people, and there was a joy in that, but sometimes didn't pay the bills. And we ended up, well, kind of drifting between broke and broker and poor. I don't know what the difference is between those, but we've been all of those places. And you know, it's so much different with Ameriplan today. Now, I don't get up and look to the left and look to the right and watch my neighbors go to work. In fact, for the life of me, I don't understand why an Ameriplan broker would get up that early. But as we got going in our business and the business started growing, the checks started growing, began to realize, man, this residual income is a powerful thing. And then something happened on Valentine's Day last year that really showed how important it was. It was Valentine's Day, just a couple of weeks after we got back from Champions Weekend. I got a call from my mother in Michigan. It was about my favorite aunt. She was on her deathbed. I thought of all the memories of going over to Uncle Bob and Aunt Edie's house, and thought about that. It didn't take long. I decided, I can't stay here. I've got to go. So I asked my boss if I could have the time off, and my boss said yes. Of course, when you're your own boss, your boss always says yes. So I just dropped everything, bought a plane ticket, and flew to Michigan. Didn't tell my aunt I was coming. Nobody told her. My mother knew I was coming. And I remember the day I got there. I walked into the intensive care unit, and she was there, her eyes closed. I didn't know if she was asleep or awake or in a coma or anything. Nobody told me anything. I just reached and touched her on the arm and said, Aunt Edie. She opened her eyes, looked at me, and she said, Bobby, all the way from California. And I can't tell you what it felt like to see her. And I can imagine what it must have felt like for her. And I was thinking, I was 55 years old at the time, the first time in my life that I had the time and the money to be able to do anything like that. And then the most important mission of my trip, I was able to lead her to Jesus. And then instead of saying goodbye to her, I was able to say, so long, I'll see you soon. I thank God for the empowerment that Ameriplan has given me. A lot of times I tell people, you know, Mariplan's not the most important thing in my life, but it sure makes those things that are the most important a whole lot better. And that's what it's all about. Thank you.